So I'll call the select board meeting to order on April the 18th at 9 a.m. It's 8 where I am. Let's try to be careful. Okay. This is quick. We're going to do a couple appointments. Then we're going to talk to Bill about the CSX work that's going to start on Tuesday. Okay. Let's start off with the appointment of our new probationary officer. Is Chief Noel here?
He
Yes.
is. Yep. I'm just
Who
bringing
is?
him over now.
And is Mr. I'm going to need help. Samaroxy is here, I hope. And I don't know if I'm saying this right.
Hi, guys. Can you see us?
Yes, we can.
Yes. Good morning,
Okay.
Chief.
Good morning to
Hello.
both of you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm sorry we're
Um,
having to do this way, but you know what happened. So this is the
Yep.
best way we can do it to get this done and get him to work.
Mhm.
But can we start off, Ryan, with the correct pronunciation of his name?
Yeah, so his first name is Panajati, and
Okay.
he goes by PJ though,
Okay.
and his last name is Samarji.
Samarchi. Okay. I like
Yeah.
PJ. I think that's smart. Okay. So welcome, PJ. I'm sorry we normally do this in person, but we had a website issue on Tuesday that caused us not to be able to do our meeting. And the first time we could do that was this morning. So we thought this was a better way to do it than not do it at all. So I hope you agree. So I hope we meet you soon. Normally this is a much more formal process. So why don't we start off? Why don't we just say hello to you? Why don't you tell us about yourself and why you want to be a policeman in Southborough?
I originally was born in Albania, hence the funny name, and moved to Worcester when I was about 3 years old. Have lived in Worcester ever since. Just growing up, I've always wanted to be a police officer. It's always just something that's fascinated me. And I worked in Holden before coming here for about 2 years as a police officer and 2 years as a dispatcher. Southborough posted an opening and I was interested. I know it's a richer community and I'm almost familiar with that, working in Holden. So I applied and here we are.
That's great. That's great. So you're in your new office, your new building, which is very nice for you to be able to work out of. You've got a great chief, you've got a great two lieutenants, and you've got a great department. So this is all good. So we just go around the room and we ask questions, and then we will make the motion to appoint you. So Andrew, you want to start out?
Hi, PJ. I don't have any questions for you, but really happy to have you on board and look forward to having you join the police department.
Really happy to be here. Thank you.
Sam?
Welcome, PJ. I don't have any questions either. I reviewed your resume, very impressive, and great that you're ready to go immediately here. No academy or waiting period, so that's great for all of us. So I think you'll have a great time here. It's a great community, and we appreciate your interest in joining the police force and happy to
Thank you.
support the appointment. Thank you.
Marguerite?
Welcome, PJ, and Kali Anestesi. I am gonna say this is a really good police department, and I think you'll enjoy your work here.
Marguerite, what did you just say?
So
Happy
happy
Easter.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Oh, it's in Greek.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, very good. Very good. I didn't know that you, I knew you were smart. I didn't know you knew Greek. Okay. So I don't have any questions either, PJ. Ryan, do you want to say anything?
No, PJ did a good job introducing himself. He's a great candidate. He really came to the top of our candidate list. He's got his bachelor's from Anna Maria College in criminal justice. And like he said, he has the good work experience. And we look forward to bringing him on board.
Where is Anna Maria?
In Paxton.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Okay. So I hear you don't have much vacation time in between your current job and this one. Is that true?
I mean, I had like a week off in between.
Okay, good. You should always take a little time off between jobs. Only time.
He is starting today, though. He is starting his field training today.
All right. So Sam, you want to make the motion? Andrew, you second?
Yes, I move that we appoint PJ to the police force effective immediately. Is that correct, Ryan?
Yes.
Effective immediately.
Second.
Roll call vote. We're on Zoom. Marguerite?
Aye.
Sam?
Aye.
Andrew?
Aye.
And Cook is aye. So 4-0 to appoint PJ as a new Southborough police officer.
Okay. And we have, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And then we do have Town Clerk Jim Haggerty here. He's going to do the swearing in.
All right. Hey, Jim.
Morning. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties incumbent upon you as a probationary police officer of the Southborough Police Department, according to the best of your ability and understanding, agreeably to the rules and regulations of the police department, the Constitution, and the laws of the United States and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, and under rules, regulations, and bylaws made under the authority of the Select Board, so help you God.
Yes, sir, I do.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Nice to see you. Hey, Jim, it's Friday. So it's a tough week. Anyway, so thank you, Jim. Thank you, PJ. Thank you, Ryan. Ryan,
Thank
I
you.
got the text. I will get back to you on the police car.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, next item is to appoint Gene Novak as interim building commissioner. As you know, the building commissioner position was vacated as of last Friday. So Gene Novak, as he's done before, has agreed to serve as interim building commissioner until we can appoint a full-time permanent building commissioner. So anyone have any questions, given we all know Gene? Okay, so Sam, again, you want to make the motion and
Right. I move that we appoint Gene Novak, interim building commissioner, effective immediately.
Second.
can roll call vote. Marguerite,
Aye.
Sam,
Aye.
Andrew,
Aye.
and Cook is aye, 4-0 to appoint Gene Novak immediately. All right, next, this one's important. Is Bill there?
Yes.
Melanie? Okay, can you bring him over?
Yep, he's coming over.
All right.
Hello,
There he is.
good
Good morning.
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 Good morning. Good morning. So to tee this up, Bill is going to let us know what the plans are for CSX to come into Southborough next Tuesday for up to 3 days to fix the railroad tracks that are on Main Street in front of Marl's. And
Right.
the details that have been worked out to try to mitigate the disturbance to the town as far as doing this. Go ahead, Bill.
So I'll give you a little background as indicated in my memo to you. You know, the crossing project has gone back to 2019 when Karen Galligan was here, and you know, we had to jump through numerous hoops with CSX to design sidewalks and crossing arms and signalization and getting our water main and drainage pipe across that section of right of way. So since 2019 till today, we have not gotten permission to proceed with any construction in that zone, that right of way, which is 33 feet wide. So, you know, I was trying over the last week or two, I've been trying to work with CSX and see if we could knock off some of those check boxes. And I was not successful, regretfully. Nonetheless, CSX is indicating that, you know, the improvement is about safety and it's rail safety that their focus is. They did make a few minor concessions in my conversations with them regarding the extent, you know, so we could minimize discomfort when vehicles cross the track by widening the length of work that they're doing within their right of way. And in addition to that, you know, mitigate dust, make sure that the businesses stay open that are abutting the area, and have adequate detour and signage. And so we worked out all of those things. So I did also, I wanted the select board to know, I did communicate with each of the business owners that are located in that immediate stretch of road. So they're all aware. I did get some feedback. The feedback mainly was to let the public know that the businesses will be open during this project. while, you know, the through traffic won't be able to go over Main Street due to the construction, the detour will go down White Bagley to Route 9 back up to 85. But the businesses will be open for business. So, you know, we want to make sure everyone recognizes that.
Who did you get the feedback from?
Morrow's Cafe.
Okay, so how is someone supposed to get to Marl's? Where are they supposed to park?
Their parking lot, I made it clear with CSX, needs to remain accessible and open.
All right, so if
So-
your destination is one of those businesses, you can still get to those businesses the normal way.
That's correct.
Okay.
So, so CSX didn't seem that any of those conditions would be a problem. And believe me, we went through a number of iterations on the conditions that were reasonable and not reasonable. And we kind of landed the plane on really just that handful of really basic conditions.
But Bill, just to even give a bigger picture, so this is landed, Bill got a letter saying, we're coming from a consultant to CSX. CSX is really hard to reach. He had to go through Kate Donahue to actually get to them because they don't return phone calls very well. So he has striven mightily to get this worked out. He's been in touch with DOT, tried to get their help to make sure we did this right and didn't disrupt businesses, but still got it done and hopefully got our piece of this done, which didn't happen. So our piece of it is still hanging out there, but at least the railroad tracks are going to be fixed and safer than they are currently at their cost.
Kathy, if I could just ask Bill a question. If you're in the Reliant parking lot looking at the solar field, there are 4 piles of railroad ties of about a dozen each. Are they using those to do the tie replacement?
That's part of their improvements. That's not part of this specific project between April 22nd and 24th. All along the railroad, if you go anywhere from, you know, Boston Road near New York Ave, you'll see the railroad ties placed along the tracks. So it's clear to me they're going to replace the ballast and the railroad ties for that entire route.
Ah, all right. Thanks.
Bill, also, my recollection is the original proposal was they were going to close down downtown for a lot longer than 2 or 3 days, right?
We tried getting them to submit an hourly schedule unsuccessfully, so that we could see downtime and try to tighten up that closure duration. 3 days has always been the outside limit of their scope of the project, and Maurice, my contact at CSX, seems to think that's a conservative estimate. So, you know, maybe it'll be 2 days, but let's plan on 3.
Okay. So again, you and they will be watching that closely with the contractor to accelerate as much as possible in there, I assume.
Correct.
And do it right. You know, I think Bill, you said that they did Central Street okay. And if you're in Framingham, you remember they closed Framingham down for a couple of days too on Route 9 to do the one that's by the Framingham Fire Station. I'd say that one's okay too, but I don't think it's perfect. So yeah, I think we should definitely try to control the quality of the work here. But back to trying to get to businesses, this is really important. So there's going to be details all over the place, right? Redirecting traffic, is that true?
Yeah, yes. Chief Newell asked for a total of 6 details.
Okay, and they will let people who are going to the businesses in to go to the businesses, right? If they say they're going to Marl's, they'll say, fine, go ahead.
That's correct.
Okay. All right.
And Kathy, one other point about notifying people. I would hope that we would have a banner on the town website that front page businesses are open during this period, construction period, et cetera. Very visible there to reinforce that people can still get to the businesses.
Well, the people that need to do that are on this Zoom. So Katie, Melanie, and Mark, can you guys get that done today? All right. And then Bill, can you talk to Beth Miller? I don't see her in the audience. You may be listening on YouTube, but can you get this info to Beth earlier? I know she is aware of it and she's waiting for details so she can do a good post today, given Monday's a holiday.
I'll send her a note.
Okay.
Good. And Kathy, one other point, I'd ask Bill, one of the questions I had about this was that where does this stand with the larger project of finishing the Main Street project down there, for which we have money, but have not ever been able to get CSX's attention on it. And it turns out that this is not inconsistent with that. We will, in fact, be able to install the appropriate stormwater, water, et cetera, lines, service lines under the tracks by essentially drilling under the tracks as opposed to having to tear this out at some future point when we have to do, we get to be able to do the finish for the Main Street project. So it would be better if we could do it all at the same time, but since that's not going to happen, this still doesn't preclude our doing that in a way that doesn't disturb the work that's being done here.
Yes, I've spoken to Maurice about that. And next week, Maurice is committed to schedule a meeting with myself, him, and another engineer at CSX to talk about that.
Good. Okay.
So that seems to be a little bit of a silver lining, that at least do you feel, Bill, that out of this work that's going to happen next week, you've at least now got like a face, a person you can talk to with CSX to try to build a better relationship and move forward on the other remaining work?
Yes, Maurice is the municipal client contact for CSX for New England. So he's
Good.
not real easy to get a hold of, but I'm trying to take advantage of it to the extent I can.
Excellent.
Okay, so is everyone happy with the plan that Bill's going to sign the permit today, allowing them to access the road and do what they've got to do without doing any of the other things that were planned 6 years ago?
Yeah.
Because that's what we're signing off on, right, Bill?
Yes.
Bird in the hand. I'd rather have the whole thing, but take this. And it's remarkable. In the last 6 months, we've now got Central Street and Main Street crossings done, which is great progress.
Yeah. But Marguerite, good question about the ties. I didn't realize they were sitting there. So, okay. So, Bill, are you happy?
I am. Thank you. I'm good to sign off. I just wanted really the board to be made aware of the process and what's going on.
Thank you.
We don't need to vote anything, I assume.
Let's go ahead and
Okay.
vote this just to be totally
Sure.
have our T's crossed and I's dotted. So, Sam, you will make a motion to authorize Bill to sign the permit to do the railroad crossing work starting next Tuesday.
I so move.
Second.
Roll call vote. Andrew,
Aye.
Sam,
Aye.
Marguerite,
Aye.
and Cook is aye 4-0. Thank you, Bill, as always.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good Easter.
Thanks, you too. Good luck.
I'm watching the audience. There, we do have a couple of attendees, but neither raised your hand. So, all right, moving on. All right, so we've got 2 items on the consent agenda. Anybody want to hold either one of them? This is okay. All right, Andrew, you want to make a motion?
I move that we approve consent agenda items A and B.
So second.
Okay, roll call vote. Andrew,
Aye.
Sam,
Aye.
Marguerite,
Aye.
and Cook is aye 4-0. Okay, before we see if there's any public comment, I just want to make sure everybody knows that our next meeting is on April the 29th. It's going to basically pick up everything we didn't do this morning that we intended to do Tuesday. It's going to be very financially focused. Our auditor is coming in person at our request. The OPEB auditor will zoom in. We will go do the quarterly report from Carla and Brian. We're going to talk about debt. We're going to do the final number review for the Neary building project. So I don't know what else is going to be on the agenda, but I know that it will be very financially focused regardless. Okay, so normal time 6:30, but make sure. So Andrew, that works for you, right?
Yes, and I was just going to say that now in my 4th or 5th year on the board, that this is in our annual cycle, one of the events we enjoy this meeting. It's something to look forward to. It's always a good discussion.
Oh yeah. I totally
I like Tony.
I do too. I do too.
Yeah.
Totally agree. Of course, in my case, it's right in my wheelhouse as far as talking. So yeah, feel very comfortable with this one. So
Okay,
anyway,
okay.
so this way you got plenty of time to look at the financial statements. Focus on the footnotes. Look at the management report. Those are always important things to do. Carla and Brian's report. It looks good through Q3, so we're doing fine as far as year-to-date budget to actual. So should be a good meeting. All right. With that,
Kathy,
go ahead, Sam.
question. Is advisory going to join us for that?
I know Mr. Pfaff will. I don't
Okay.
know if we'll invite them. But Andrew's definitely coming.
Good. Okay.
Alrighty. Okay, so I do not see any public comment. So with that, Andrew, can you make a motion to adjourn?
I move that we adjourn.
Second.
All right, roll call vote. Andrew,
Aye.
Sam,
Aye.
Marguerite,
Aye.
and I. So Andrew, have a great time on vacation. See
Thanks.
you guys on the 29th. Bye-bye. Bye,
Okay,
Mark.
thank you.
Bye, Melanie. Bye,
Bye,
Katie.
all.
Bye-bye.
Bye.